What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 286. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Adam.
And we're waiting on Trav.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, him will be back. So we're going to do things a little out of order, right?
It's our show.
Yeah, we can. Here's the thing, man. If we wanted to come in and just talk about whatever, diesel shortage, we could. Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks.
Yeah. That would be fun, though. Like,
that's a whole nother podcast, though.
It is a whole nother podcast, but like, I would come in because I don't know much about it. Like, I know more about the diesel shortage than you would think, because it has something to do with my job. But if you came in with like, all right, you want to hear some fucked up shit, and I'm like, what's that?
And then you lay it out. The world's about to end.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, what? Why? What?
Well, dude,
what?
It would be real estate, but instead of REEL, we would
It'd
swap
be
the real.
REAL.
Yeah, because it's like real. This is what's happening in the real estate right now.
I'd be like, it is a real estate over up in here. But yeah, we'll start out with the articles first here. Black Panther 3 is not in development yet, producer confirms. So Wakanda Forever introduces a new world of Wakanda and sets it on a different course as the country struggles to find a new protector and leader. Since the T'Challa storyline ends in this movie as the character commemorates Chadwick Boseman's demise, the story of Black Panther takes a unique turn and shifts focus on other associated characters, eventually handing over the mantle of Wakanda's protector to someone new. And that's the reason that Marvel Studios has not officially greenlit Black Panther 3. Talking to Collider, producer Nate Moore spoke about a potential third film, while also saying that Marvel Studios has not yet decided where to take Black Panther ahead in the MCU, as they are still waiting for the audience's response towards Wakanda Forever. And that makes sense. Like, this movie comes out in 10 days, right?
It's not out yet?
No, it comes out the 11th.
Okay.
11/11, I think, right? Yeah. So make a wish.
It's going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. Like, they're waiting for the audience's reaction to it. Now, one of two things. And I don't think that it's one of them. Because if they were going to replace the role of Black Panther with the sister or with a female, right? They would just do it, right?
Yeah.
So that leads me to wonder, like, exactly who is going to be taking up that mantle of Black Panther, because with the way that the world's going now, they would just do it and basically say, get over it. And that would be the end of it, which would be their decision. You know, it's their company. They can do whatever they want to. But with them holding off, I guess it comes along with, okay, Black Panther 3 is coming back, and these, this person is coming back and this person is coming back. Maybe they want that to be the mystery of the film, finding out who the new Black Panther is going to be.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. If that's what they want to do, I'm fine with it. At this point, though, I mean, they really can't go wrong with any choice, in my opinion, that has been established in the other MCU movies along with the Black Panther flick. I mean, if it's one of the other leaders of the tribes, cool with it. If Killmonger takes it, I'm cool with it. If Sister takes it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want good stories,
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, but I'm very excited to see what's happening. And then also on the tail end of this here, since Trav's not here, there's rumors floating around, because Trav is like, Dr. Doom is the bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been hard on this Dr. Doom shit. There's rumors that he might not even be in Fantastic Four. So that leads me to think, like, he's probably not going to be in Black Panther. And if he does, I'll be surprised, but I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
very
they might do a little
interesting to
build
say
up to
the
him.
least. Yeah, they need to because he's a great villain,
Yeah,
you
instead
know?
of just because normally when they introduce someone, there's no build up for, they end up dying
Yeah, they're like,
just in that movie.
I'm
It's like, oh,
yeah, I'm here now,
a
I'm
one
gone.
and done. We also get Ironheart in that movie, right?
Yes,
Gonna be the
yeah.
new Iron Man. Well, Ironheart,
Yeah,
but
which should be interesting, you know? I'm
mm,
cool with it. So, next up, we have the DCEU becomes the DCU as part of Warner Brothers rebranding. So the DCEU is no more as the reign of DC Studios begins with James Gunn and Peter Safran overseeing the Warner Brothers Discovery franchise from here on out. PR statements were pretty loud in announcing the newly formed DC studio, which unsurprisingly seems to be a mirror of the now long standing Marvel Studios over at Disney and its two CEOs. However, something that has also been rebranded in a more subtle way is the franchise itself, which will be dropping a letter to simply stand as the DCU or DC Universe going forward. While there were statements released by Gunn and Safran, as well as Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav, something that went under the radar in all of this were the numerous mentions of the new name of the DC Extended Universe, which drops the extended name to give something more streamlined and direct, and almost as Marvel-esque as the new 10-year Marvel-inspired plan that seems to have been the start of this huge change within Warner Brother Discovery's DC output. All of this, of course, hasn't really come out of the blue, as it has been clear for several months that change has been coming to the DC universe. While this has included changes in command and focus, it has also seemingly been driven by Dwayne Johnson and his DC debut as Black Adam. Along with changing the hierarchy of the franchise, it seems that Black Adam has literally arrived to reboot the whole DC story. It's kind of fascinating to think about it that way, though, right?
yeah,
Because when we were talking about Black Adam, it's like first of all, it's interesting to do like a film about a villain, and then Joker comes out, and it's like, okay, this can work, you know.
yeah. And
But
they got The Rock, so
exactly, and then now The Rock is like almost single handedly associated with rebooting the DCU.
well, he knows what's up.
Um, I mean, yeah, that's
Well, it's
crazy
because
though.
of him was the Cavill talk and the
Yeah, yeah,
all this where it's like, why would you go away from that? You've already established
exactly.
it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Um, it's very fascinating, and it's good on them, man. I'm glad that this was like the Black Adam movie was like Deadpool. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, Ryan Reynolds championed Deadpool,
uh
wanted to
huh.
play Deadpool, did everything that he could to get the Deadpool movie made, like all this kind of stuff. And it happened and it made like bajillions of dollars. And now, Deadpool is a household name. The Rock did the same thing with Black Adam, even more of a niche character in a lot of different ways.
Bladum.
And yeah, and single handedly revive the DC universe, dude. Hats off to him for doing the Lord's work over there, And he did it by skirting around. He was like, "No, we're putting fucking Superman in this." And you know who's going to be playing Superman? Cavill. Get that bitch on the phone.
Well, then
And
he
then they had to
started like
arm
putting it
wrestle.
online,
Yeah,
and
right.
like on those Instagram videos, and people were like, "Yes!"
Yeah, right.
And Warner Brothers is like, I guess we have to do it.
Yeah, he's already saying it's happening.
He's saying he won't do the movie if we don't.
Yeah. Well, if I learned anything from Wayne's World 2, if you book it, they will come.
Yeah,
So I'm you know
Aerosmith
what I'm
will show
saying?
up and
Yeah,
play.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but
I bet that was in his
rebranding it,
contract, dude. I bet he was in there
the
like, no, I want fucking Cavill to come back. If
Yeah,
he
right.
doesn't, no, I'm not doing it. I
That's
want to
the
be paid
Wayne's World
extra.
2 clause. Yeah, right. I want his salary. They're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Whatever he got paid for Man of Steel, double it." It's like, "What?" Okay.
Well, not too long
But
ago,
yeah,
we were reading that article about David Zaslav coming in, and it's
yeah,
like, who's
right.
this guy? Then we look him up. Dude, 2 months later, James Gunn,
Yeah,
showrunner, like
yeah,
firing everybody.
yeah.
He came
And
in and
I
Elon
don't
Musked them. Like,
yeah, right. And I don't understand the hate, dude, because, like, there's a lot of people out there that's like, "This dude's fucking ruining everything for Warner
it was
Brothers,"
already
and
ruined.
I'm sitting here exactly.
It was
Could you
already
not
ruined.
recognize Yeah. I mean, other than DC flicks, what else is WB putting out? Like, they're putting out cartoons and stuff like that, and they'll have other films come out from time to time, but they were really, like,
But that's
putting
not
their
the money
fucking
makers.
exactly, exactly. They were planting their flag in something that they single-handedly destroyed by listening to listen to the internet is a good thing on certain things. Look at Sonic. Look at where we got with Sonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Snyder Cut. They eventually came around and gave us the Snyder Cut. But look at all the other terrible decisions. They recut fucking Suicide Squad, the original one, and made a really fucked up tone deaf flick. Then they had all the fallout from
Yeah.
Batman v Superman, which
That
in
carried right
turn
over
called
into
to Justice League, which came out by under Joss Whedon's control and was a giant shit stain in the fucking comic book fucking underpants. You know, like
mm-hmm.
they made a lot of bad decisions, and I think that they couldn't get whoever was in charge over there could not get their shit together enough to get anything done. And I feel like Zaslav, and I don't understand that hate, man. Like, why hate on this dude for coming in and doing a job? I don't get it, man. Like people are, oh, he's canceling all these cartoons and all this stuff. Okay, well, how much money does it cost to make something animated? It's very expensive,
Time
you know?
consuming. Yeah.
Yes. That's like Kevin Smith announced Masters of the Universe. It took what, 4 years for that shit to come out?
Yeah.
Maybe longer. And it's like, of course it did, because you have to animate everything. You have to do voice work. You have to do license everything. It's just, yeah, it makes sense to cut costs on animation now. Let's make a little bit of money now, and then we can start bringing the animation back.
Well,
Like,
and
just,
they're probably all those stories that and there's a lot of those DC animated movies. Dude,
yeah.
it seems like they come out every month.
Yeah, there's
I
several that
think
come
that
out
what
a
they're gonna
year.
do is start making those real movies
Yeah, exactly, right.
because the cartoons get play,
Yeah.
but not as much as they don't show them in the
No.
theater.
No, they're not making billions of
No,
dollars for sure,
and that's what we need.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes and I could see some revivals of other Warner Brothers franchises happening because of all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Warner Bros.
Oh, they own
Films.
a shit ton.
I'm gonna search Warner Brother franchise and let's see what this returns us here. So Lego, of course, Batman, Matrix,
Oh. Oh yeah.
Harry Potter, yeah,
All this stuff is on
Scooby Doo,
HBO Max right now. Yeah.
yeah, Mortal Kombat, all the DC stuff, Looney Tunes, of course, the Ocean's 11 flicks, Sherlock Holmes, Beetlejuice. I get two more times, by the way. Um, Friday the 13th, Lord of the Rings, Thundercats, Westworld, Police Academy, like National Lampoon's Vacation. I mean,
The
there's a
list
ton of
goes on,
things.
dude.
Yeah, it's just incredible things here. Do it, man. And not only that, but they own a lot of those old horror franchises too. There's a decent
Yeah.
amount of horror franchises that they own. So like, let's just make it happen, man. And he's doing it. And I don't get the hate. I don't
Fuck them.
understand it. Exactly.
They're
Fuck 'em.
not the CEO.
Mm-hmm. All I know is that like they're rebuilding everything right now. 2020 into 2022. We're not going to start seeing flicks released until 2025. From 2025 to probably 2035, it's going to be banger after banger. I think that James Gunn's going to give it 10 years before he decides to move on and do something different. At least 10 years. So we're at least going to get 10 years of bangers. And then we'll see how it goes from there. I think that it'll continue that trajectory. It'll have to because the standards will already be set way too high to not, you know? So speaking of Warner Brothers, Shazam! Fury of the Gods director says the final cut is complete. So Fury of the Gods is finally complete. Director David F. Sandberg shared the momentous news on his Twitter account with a shot of Zachary Levi's titular hero and the words "finish now for a little off time." Like many DCU films of late, the sequel to 2019 hit Shazam has been shifted back and forth in Warner Brother Discovery's release schedule, moving from an original 2023 release date to December of 2022 and finally settling on March the 17th, 2023. However, Sandberg has previously said that the movie was mostly complete and could have met its December 2022 release date. That would have seen it go head to head with Avatar, which even for the most sure-footed of releases would be a foolish move, so it was instead released with no direct competition. But here's the thing though. They're done with everything. They had to do, post-op, you know what I mean? Go in
Yeah.
there, do the CGIs, do the other stuff. Um Still time for reshoots. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Still time for bringing other characters in if they need to. Still time for expanding the mythology just a little bit. So I wonder if they'll go back to the drawing board on because that seems like something that would absolutely um, benefit, especially whenever you're going to have Black Adam be the one that kind of revives everything, and then you're going to come in strong with Shazam as the next DC release. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. I thought that first one was such a silly good time, you know?
I really like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
always down for
Uh,
another one of those.
yeah, it was like watching Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of lighthearted,
It, yeah, right.
but still
So,
got to, scratch the itch.
yeah, scratch that itch, baby.
Yeah. Mm.
So, Henry Cavill and Isa Gonzalez will lead a World War II action spy flick for director Guy Ritchie. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Okay.
That's the name of the flick, yeah. So Man of Steel star Henry Cavill and Bloodshot's Isa Gonzalez will lead the upcoming World War II action spy movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, for director Guy Ritchie. The news comes courtesy of Deadline and reveals that Cavill, who has been a spy for Ritchie before in 2015's The Man from U.N.C.L.E., will star as the leader of the secret combat organization, while Gonzalez will play a military sniper with extraordinary spycraft ability. Roles that sound perfectly suited for the pair of action stars. Directed by Sherlock Holmes and the gentleman filmmaker Guy Ritchie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare will be inspired by true events and will follow the World War II strategies conceived by United Kingdom Prime Minister Winston Churchill and James Bond creator and author Ian Fleming. The clandestine squad's the clandestine squad's unconventional and entirely ungentlemanly fighting techniques against the Nazis helped change the course of the war and in part gave birth to the modern Black Ops unit. The synopsis for the project and the report states. So that sounds wait. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare will reportedly be chock full of colorful characters, akin to director Quentin Tarantino's 2009 World War II movie Inglourious Bastards, written by Guy Ritchie and Arashimel, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is set to be based on the works of war correspondent and military historian Damian Lewis, and more specifically his 2016 book of the same name, with Ritchie hoping that it will spawn an action franchise. A world in turmoil, an ancient evil awakened, the only thing that stands between the world and certain doom, the biggest bunch of whack jobs you've ever seen. The logline for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare book reads before revealing the colorful cast of characters that will likely inhabit the adaptation. A smooth talking ladies' man who is quite possibly an alcoholic, paranoid schizophrenic with a knack for explosives, an egotistical know it all who spends most of his time with his pet bear, a self absorbed martial arts expert who cares more about his guns than actual people, a promiscuous young girl who also happens to be a super genius, and a grumpy old professor who could shoot the hair hanging out of your nostril from 300 meters away.
Oh,
Welcome to the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. These men and women and bear are the only thing that stands between the world and certain doom. God help us all. That sounds like the
League
perfect Guy
of
Ritchie film.
Extraordinary Gentlemen. That
Yeah,
name is
right,
already taken.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah, right, we can't do that, you know?
I'm always down for a fucking Guy Ritchie flick, dude.
Yeah, for real, right? And with like, I hope that he pulls some crazy shit with this casting, dude, because if these are the descriptions for some of the characters, I can't
Yeah,
fucking wait to see what. And they've
like
got
a
to
little
make it
Suicide
comedy,
Squad. You
right?
know.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
it's gonna
right?
be funny.
It's got to be fucking hilarious, you know? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Guy Ritchie, he's been doing some good things here recently.
Yeah,
His name is Dookie.
yeah.
Um, so the last thing he did was Wrath of Man. That was the last thing he did. And then
Oh
he did
yeah.
The Gentleman, Wrath of Man. He did Aladdin. He did a short for Beats by Dre. All right.
I didn't know he directed that
All right.
Aladdin movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't watched that.
So he's working on Aladdin 2. It's in pre-production.
Oh,
The Interpreter. Let's see what this is. Uh follows Sergeant John, who, on his last tour of duty in Afghanistan, is teamed with local interpreter Ahmed, who risks his own life to carry an injured John across miles of grueling terrain to safety. That sounds serious, dude.
does
It's got Gyllenhaal in it, though.
Jakey?
So, so you know, and then he's working on this flick. So I wonder if anybody else is attached. Nope, it's just those two.
That doesn't even look like Henry Cavill in that picture.
I know, right?
Like he looks so much different with a beard, like shaved
Yeah.
head.
Clandestine. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. What a
Tongue
name.
twister.
Yeah,
Sounds riveting.
can't get it on the poster. It's too long, you know.
Uh,
Last up,
some of those names are really cool though.
yeah, right. So last up here, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Henry Cavill was just like, "Fuck The Witcher, I'm done."
Oh, I've
Right?
been following this. This has been juicy.
So Liam Hemsworth is taking over the lead role, which is Geralt.
Geralt.
Geralt. All right.
Yeah.
So taking over.
It took me a while to
Yeah.
figure it out.
I'm over here Googling pronunciations. I'm listening to that thing on YouTube. Geralt. Geralt. It just kept saying it over. It's like, all right.
You see how how much money that channel rake said though?
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
ridiculous, right? Yeah, yeah. So anyway, Cavill's out. Neeson, wrong Liam. Hemsworth is in. Hemsworth is in. And whenever I first heard about this, I'm like, oh, are they going to do a prequel series? Like, what's happening here? Nah, dude.
It's just going to pick up where he left off.
Yeah, Twitter thinks they've cracked the code. All right, season 3 for The Witcher comes out in December. This will be the last season that Cavill is in it. And some of the popular theories are that Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher after begging Netflix for the role and being the biggest fan of the franchise is making the report that the writers hate the books seem way more and more plausible. They chase that man away from the series. This is sick. Someone also said Henry Cavill knew too much about the source material for The Witcher, so Netflix got rid of him.
Now, apparently he did pull a bit of a George Lucas, where he would be like, "That's not canon."
Yeah.
That they would do like he'd lore check them. Like he would be like,
he realizes what that's going to do. It's like,
make
if
the
we put
fans
this
happy.
out, people are going to be pissed, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm one of them. Motherfucker.
And I mean, dude, never mind that I'm a biased Cavill fan. We're all part of the cavalry, if you will.
Yeah. The cavalry.
No, like when his fans roll up, the cavalry has arrived. But anyway, you want people like this on big, like on franchise products. You want fans, not necessarily in a secular view, but like people who respect where these things come from. And I feel like a lot of like actors, writers, or whatever, when they're handling these things and they become a passion project, I think they know that there's naturally going to be stuff that's lost in translation, and maybe certain ideas might get explored a little more than maybe they, there's going to be differences.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's enough room for compromise to still satisfy the fan, offering them something slightly new with something that's already established. And it's another to go by what we've been reading on, with this article, where, I've heard the phrase actively, what do you call, actively going against it or whatever,
Right.
And, we need not look no further than Disney Plus to see the extent of that damage when that happens.
Yeah.
So, but we may lose him as The Witcher, but we got our Superman back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I'll take that trade.
Yeah,
I haven't even watched The Witcher yet, but I have heard it's really good.
I watched season 1 and halfway of season 2, and I didn't stop watching because I grew disinterested in it. It's just, like with a lot of stuff, there's just other shit to watch, and everything. And what I watched, it was good. I don't know anything much about the Witcher universe. I never played the games, but what I've heard from people I know who are fans of the property, all the way up to just like me, just glossing over a summary of it, it's cool, and the show was interesting enough.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about the game is that you got to be Sneaky Pringle, and you can catch STDs and die.
I remember the early games, like the first or second one. There was a combat pose that Geralt takes when you go into fighting, and I remember that being like the stuff of memes, man. Like if memes were big then, that would have been.
It's like the Grand Theft Auto. Here we go again.
Yeah, it was a very janky pose. It was very awkward to be like, oh, that's his fighting stance. But who knows? There might be some reason I'm overlooking that makes it significant or whatever. But I just remember it looked stupid as hell, and people kind of laughed at it.
He's the Witcher, dude. He'll put you in the picture.
He can't get the hitcher though.
But considering what we know about Black Adam, and we know that, and we also know that we've recently read that there are Flash reshoots. Pretty sure our boy's showing up in it too.
Yeah. Yeah, and my thing is like the news seems very convenient, but it's not. It wouldn't be difficult for him to be in The Witcher, also to be in to play Superman. Like it wouldn't be impossible. It might be difficult, but it wouldn't be impossible. But here's the way I look at it. Hats off to him, right? Because to be that much of a fan of any source material like that, to be like, I don't really want to be associated with this, man. This is kind of veering too far off the path. yeah, like I don't want to do this.
He's
And
down for the binge. He's out with the cringe.
Well, like, dude, he's got plenty
Yeah.
of money.
yeah,
It ain't
right.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No. And my thing too is like, if I'm at Netflix, I'm bringing him on as an executive producer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And in terms of like new, when you think of like this, the new era of actors that have sprouted up in the past 10, 20 years, the people who've become household names, the fact that our boy here's got a Tom Cruise film under his belt as well,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
you know, that only ups the, you know, that only ups his marketability,
The
his
star
brand.
power, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
yeah,
I mean, he's come a long way from playing in Immortals, you know?
yeah,
Here's what I
right.
pictured, man. They brought him into the office, and he's like, "I'm going into Warner Brothers today. I don't know what's going on. They want to see me." James Gunn's sitting there. They're all sitting around. He's like, "How do you feel about putting on a cape again?" And he stands up and opens his shirt, and he's already
he's got
a
it
fucking
on?
suit on, dude. He's like, "I never took it off, baby." You know?
Yeah. I've been waiting
mean,
for
That's
this
what I
day.
picture.
I mean, in a really, I mean, it would, I mean, there's so much more interesting things that they can do, but it would be interesting if they, you know, how we've read reports that in the DC films they're wanting to try to Nick Fury, Batman in some kind of way, you know.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be surprised if they did it with Superman instead.
Yeah.
yeah, right. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's nice that we have someone on the inside, you know, because I feel like me and Henry go way back. But it's
Yeah.
nice to have someone on the inside that's just like, I'm not fucking doing this, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Don't you wish the dude that played Jon Snow would have been like, "You doing what?" You know?
Yeah. How
You
much am
may-
I getting paid?
Man,
Yeah.
if I was him, I'd have been like, man, I know this take, I know the take that we just made was meant, but we're gonna have to change this floppy sword shit, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is
because
embarrassing.
the Battle of the Bastards was such a good moment in Game of Thrones, and that sword, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people make, you know, jokes about the coffee cup, but it's like, man, like we're in the middle of a big ass battle, and this dude's wielding a fucking Dollar Tree store sword.
Yeah. But yeah, hats off to him, man. Good on him for standing his ground, because like they're saying right now, right? You know, Liam's in, Cavill's out. But I mean, the internet can be a powerful thing. We've
Yeah.
seen it. So clandestine, dude. So Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Andor. I just watched Andor a couple minutes ago.
I did it right before I got on.
He is in white prison where
The floors
everything
get hot.
it is so bright in that
It
motherfucker,
was.
dude.
I had to turn the lights on because I was watching it with the lights off, and it was just too bright.
Yeah, right.
And it's not
Right.
because his future's bright.
No, it looks grim, and it is grim. You know. So we see the fallout. So he was basically jaywalking on vacay. You know.
Yeah.
I was
He's a tour.
muted. I was muted, but I was saying, oh, he has a bright ending. It's very bright.
It might be the brightest ending in Star Wars history, right?
I
Oh,
mean,
that's
he gets
why he
to
was wearing
hug.
sunglasses, because his
He
future's
gets
bright.
he gets to hug the sun so much, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, absolutely honest with you guys. I didn't watch Andor. Um, I optioned for Tales of the Jedi. Someone get Dave Filoni a back brace, because like he's straight carrying Star Wars right now. I mean, he always has been to a degree, but in the modern era of Star Wars, Tales of the Jedi was meant very much so. Like it's a story. It's a more entertaining story than what Andor was, and it's fucking animation, guys, and that should piss you off, because it pissed me off.
I mean, I haven't watched it yet. I'm interested in checking it out, but I didn't mind this episode of Andor. Like I thought that, it was it's still building, momentum's going. Um I'm just interested to see where it goes now. Like it finally feels like it's on the right track,
I think that was episode 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's got what, 4 more?
something.
I think it's 12 this season.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we got 4 more. We got 4 more episodes, and we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we got dude. What's that dude's name?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. He was playing a mocap version of himself.
Yeah.
We also got Forrest Whitaker.
Oh yeah.
So he's back. Yeah.
He's like,
I
what
mean,
the hell are you
I
trying
mean,
to-" He had a
make no
weird
mistake.
voice.
Well, I mean, make no mistake. He's looking at you.
And everything else that's going on, right?
Uh,
He's got his radar on.
He was like, praise Casey and Andor.
He's a war hero. Praise. But yeah, fuck that prison. First of all, I don't
like
even
straight,
want to.
like Serge Tankian, fuck that prison.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's bad that you work 12 hours a day, and then you have a little fucking nook that they put something in them or something that like
Oh,
fucks them up.
Sounds like he's working at Twitter now.
Yeah, I mean,
Never
But it
mind
was-
that.
it was good though. Like I like to see where he's going to hit his breaking point. It's getting a little bit more into like his psyche.
Yeah, it's
I like
definitely
that
picking
a
up,
lot.
but it took it to episode like 6 or 7.
Yeah, before the change happened.
And I feel like they probably lost a lot of viewers before it got to that.
Yeah, right.
I really do.
I wonder if they're still going to do another season if this doesn't pan out the way they think.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the show looks. I mean, it's got so much money pumped into it. Like it would be surprising if they didn't. But that could very well be the reason why said money is pumped into it, because it could be just like just
Eye
a
candy.
limited series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gotta love the volume. Well,
Yeah.
wait, no, they didn't use the volume in this show. I remember that now. I mean, I'm sure they used it in certain circumstances and used it as a tool rather than like The Mandalorian, where almost all of it's on the volume. But I saw where a lot of people were praising the approach that the production team did to making the show.
Yeah. It looks great. But Pearl, the main course, man.
Maggot pig.
Right. New meaning to the title X, I would say,
Yeah.
as opposed to the pornographic angle that the two films kind of leaned in. X being where you stand on stage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you're
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. Did a lot of really interesting things with. I loved how Technicolor it looked. Like
Super
the
bright.
aesthetic. Yes, the aesthetic, the way that it looks, even the scenes that they shot inside at the dinner table at night.
Mhm.
How
Oh
it,
yeah.
how it was like lit by candles and shit, kind of like it had that
And-
look to it.
And not to say that X was bad, but I would say this absolutely was a superior film.
I liked it more.
Yeah,
It
I still
felt
like the other movie, but this one,
yeah. This felt more. I don't know. He really nailed that classic vibe, like the
the 1917 vibe.
well. I mean, like in the presentation, like
Yeah.
from the credits to
You
the
like
way
how they did the
like
cover up for people wearing the mask when they go to town?
We're
'Cause
gonna
this
get
was
to
peak
that.
lockdown.
yeah,
So they're like, we'll just ride into Spanish flu.
It was clever.
It was
I won't
clever.
lie. It was clever. Um, Probably the most on the nose social commentary, but I mean, how could you not at that point? You know,
Well, it
because
was the only way
I
they could
think
film.
yeah. So, but the but yeah, just the overall vibe the movie gets just out the box. Just I don't know. There's this weird charm about the even down to the way they made him act, like the
Yeah.
acting in the way the way Ty West directed Mia Goth in the film,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's not it has that where I was waiting at some point at any given point for her to be like ADM
Yeah. Oh yeah, it had
Yeah.
a.
ADM. It had Wizard of Oz
Yeah, dude.
vibes.
I just want
I
to
would
be a big star.
Yeah, and I wish I could be like, man, that over exaggerated, Southern drawl, but
Let me ask you this: do you think her
what's
father was from Germany too? And here's why I say that. So they've been out there living on this farm all this time. If they're both German, how'd she get the accent?
well, I mean,
Or
just
did her
by being
mother?
in just it's regional dialect, man.
Yeah, but they're on that farm all the time, and her parents would teach her how to speak. I mean, you learn that at a
Yeah.
young age. Like you're not going a lot of places.
Well,
So I
remember the
figured that
whole
one of them had to be
yeah. I assume the
from there.
father probably is American simply
Yeah.
because, I mean, the whole in-law subplot with Mitzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, dude, that that weird shot during the ending credits where
Yeah.
she's just smiling.
Where she doesn't
That was
blink.
that was unsettling as hell, dude.
It was, and it just kept going, and it was like she
And
was
like you see her
fighting it too.
strain.
Like
Yeah.
she was
I
trying
mean,
not to blink.
uh, I definitely think that this movie, it's one of those oddities where you really do need to watch X before you watch this,
Would
despite
help.
this
Yeah.
taking place, because there's so many visual cues and nods to X
Yeah.
that rev up the tension,
Yeah.
like that damn pitchfork,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the alligator, like we all know, you know what I mean, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That was another shot that I thought was super creepy. Was at the end where she's in the red dress, she's got her
Mhm.
stuff, all the stuff's happened, and she's got her father dressed up too, and he's in that wheelchair.
Yeah.
And when she comes down the step with her stuff, she's getting ready for the audition. Right before she kills him, basically.
Uh-huh.
But she's like, "How do I look?" And the camera cuts to the father, and you see that one single tear rolling
Yeah.
down his face. Like he can't say anything. Like
Yeah.
he's in like pure mortal terror. Like that. It's not scary, but it's eerie. It's
It's fucked up.
unsettling. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
She got him. She dressed him up.
Yeah.
yeah. And I thought it was. I mean, no, maybe I'm just not informed on how the way things were in 1918. Pretty sure you don't bathe with your paraplegic father right next to you
Well, the mother
in a
didn't like
tub.
that either.
Like
Yeah.
that was
Coming in and got
weird.
him. That was very. Well, then like he was looking at her.
Well, when he would,
was.
well, like whenever she would like kick up her leg,
Yeah.
like she was giving him a show,
Uh-huh. That was strange.
and it was fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Like it was really fucked up.
Well, when she got up in his face that one time, I was like, "Are you even in there?" This is after she fucked the scarecrow.
Oh yeah,
I thought
yeah,
she
she's
was
like,
gonna like do something.
yeah.
I was like,
Well, she had it.
where's this going?
Well, I thought she was going to do it then and there because remember she had him by the throat and you
Yeah,
could hear his
nah, I
windpipe
thought she was
start
gonna
going.
do something else.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just weird. I was like, why is she?
Well,
getting up in
I'll
his-
be honest. I was waiting for some weird moment like
Yeah.
that where maybe he snaps out of it, or maybe there's a callback to where before he got sick, maybe he
Yeah.
did do something fucked up to her or whatever.
The mom fucked her up.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine?
No.
It'd be hell.
Oh man, when her freakouts were great.
Believable.
Yeah.
Like both of them. Like
Yeah.
whenever the mother comes down on her ass,
yeah.
like finally, like you're like,
They start-
oh,
well,
I
they
see.
really slapped each other.
Well, it's like, well, when you see it, when you see that play out, because if you remember, she's telling her, she's like, you're not leaving the farm, dude. You're fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm smart enough to know not to let fucked up get fucked out.
I've seen the stuff you
Yeah.
do when you think people's not looking.
But when she starts, when the mother starts losing her shit, you're like, here's the parallel. Like that
She
will
was
fall
like,
far
I
from the
don't want to be
tree.
like you. And it's
Yeah.
like me. Oh, me.
Yeah, you
know.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
here
nah,
because
bitch,
of you.
you are me. Like, but yeah, dude, all of Pearl's like when she flipped out on the projectionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like when she was I think it's the mother when she's just screaming in her face,
Yeah.
like just just like that. It's just crazy.
Oh, she acted her ass off.
Yeah,
I've never
for
seen
sure.
her act like that.
No.
We've seen her in a few things, but
She took it to the next level, dude. But I mean, think about it though. Because she was a producer on it. They shot X. Ty West was like, I got this idea for a prequel.
we're in kind of
And
lockdown. Might as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So small
Well, I
crew
And
had to be a very
I
small
did
crew.
I did notice on the credits that the story was credited to both West and Goth.
yeah,
So I was like, oh, we kind of got a Tarantino Thurman thing going on
yeah. Well, and I
because
think it,
it was how they did Kill Bill and everything. Like they had an initial idea and
Yeah.
then they both just kept spitballing stuff and it just became
Like
a
during
more
X, they were like, what about
yeah.
Pearl's past?
yeah,
What would she be like?
and
What made her this
yeah,
way?
and I feel like to me, what it feels like is, and I don't know what his style. I don't know Ty West's style and all that, but it felt like he left it very open as far as like how she reacted to a lot of
I think
situations.
that's why the
And
acting was so good.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it felt real. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like in a lot of ways, it felt real. Like that scene at the table. And we were
Mhm.
talking, me and Adam was talking about this the other night. It's like, long shot, you can see at certain points she looks over. And you like, it's that thing that inevitably happens where like, do I keep going? Because it
Yeah.
is a long shot. Looks over and dude's like, keep it going,
Yeah.
keep it
Keep
going.
on.
And every time she kind of looks, she revs it up a little
Says
bit
some
more.
more
And
shit.
she just keeps getting the intensity and the emotion and stuff into it. And it's genius, man. Like, they worked very closely on it together and you can absolutely see that. And I don't know, how either one of those two individuals were raised, but if they weren't raised in an abusive household, then
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
'Cause,
mean,
like
dude, when she's sitting there just
The
like
rage was there.
when she's
Yeah.
talking to Howard,
Mhm.
that whole
Yeah.
speech that
So you're
lays
talking
out,
about that long shot. Yeah.
yeah, that was like you're saying, man, like that was good shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
was at
enjoyed
that
the
point in the
hell.
movie and I was like, when the fuck is Howard going to show up?
Yeah,
Like,
right, yeah.
Yeah,
we were
like,
talking about that the other night. Like, I wanted to
well,
know more. Like, when he shows up, it's like, oh, you've been sitting here with your dead parents. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
you're fucking
Well,
fucked, right? Like, what happened after that would have been nice. I get why they stopped and what he did, but I thought we were going to get some of them being together. Like,
Yeah.
because
well,
even
I
in
think,
X, they had a body hanging up downstairs that had been stripped.
well, if you think about it, and to add to what Griffin was saying and how they were acting with X, they left it open ended a little bit. I feel like that would be the open end for Pearl. Is that now we have a start and a finish. We know her fucked up beginnings, and we know how the ending is going to play out, where everything is going to come to a head in the present day,
Yeah.
or whatever time period fucking X took place in. I can't remember. It's like the 70s and 80s or something like that.
It's 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now we have this we have now. Well, not us, but Ty West has this little parameter set for himself where he could revisit this
Oh
story
yeah.
at least 2 or 3 more times, I would say.
Well, you know, the next
Yeah.
one's going to be the girl going to Hollywood for
Well,
the end of X. But there's still. I was telling him that, then I was like, "There's a movie in between those two."
Well,
Yeah.
now we have the Bonnie and Clyde movie where Howard is like, "What the fuck?" and then she
Yeah.
convinces him, and then now we have a murder farm.
Yeah.
And
Marm.
being able to like a movie like that where Howard like and it makes sense that he would be like, whatever, because he just got back from World War One. He's seen like even though he saw the table and everything,
He
his
just come from
expression,
war, yeah.
yeah, like it was odd that it was there and probably mortifying for sure, but his composure didn't really slip that much.
Yeah. Well, he's probably
No.
thinking, "You poor thing, your folks
Yeah.
died.
That would be a
killed my
crazy
sister yet."
that would be a crazy way for the film to start, is he would be like, "Why didn't you tell anybody?" And she's like, "Oh, the flu. They died of the flu and
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. This, that, and the other. I haven't known what to do."
How'd she
That
get
would be
burnt? Well,
because
she
if
had
you
the
were
flu, and after she died,
because
I
if
thought
you
I'd burn her to get rid of the.
because if you remember how we see Howard in X, he's straight up just like, "My wife's unwell. Like,
Yeah.
overlook her. Don't talk to her. Leave her the fuck alone." You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he was kosher. Like he was like, my wife's got tendencies. And so he obviously, like, that had been going on a long time, of course. So, adding more stuff to have X's, because like it's almost like X now is this point where you can go back, fill in some of these little details, and you can go back and watch X, and it hits it like you have greater context. It's more fleshed out, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's very interesting because like I don't think that I've seen them do a horror movie quite like this. Because
Well,
like
it's like a, and I don't have the trademark here, but it's almost like it's a different approach to a slasher saga,
yeah, yeah,
because it goes full slasher film when it's time for the blood to spill in the film.
yeah,
Like, I mean, everything's a classic: chase you,
Dude, yeah.
cut you up, stab you. Like it goes full slasher movie.
yeah.
And so they could still do that and have those, like, dude, what about that shot, now that I'm thinking about it, where she squeezes that egg and he
Yeah.
just blows the fuck up coming up the driveway?
Yeah.
Like, you could tell that they threw some money at that. Like, there were some pretty cool shots too, especially when she's doing her audition and it turns into that big war sequence.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, what? Like, like when I was watching that scene, I was like, this bitch is in La La Land.
Yeah,
dude.
oh
Like,
yeah. Well, she just murdered her
checked
parents,
she's just
thinks
checked
she's
the
leaving?
fuck out.
and you're sitting
Yeah.
there going,
Like-
"She ain't gonna get the job." But when she was dancing like that, I was like, "Oh, that," because we know she stays on the farm.
Yeah,
It
And I'm
was
like,
soft.
she is gonna melt down.
Oh, and does
And
she?
did.
You
I had
know?
to turn it down. I was like, she's crying too hard.
yeah.
She
Oh,
was really
man.
crying too, man. When she raises up, she had like snot, and that girl was
Yeah,
like, "Come
like,
on,
dude.
Pearl, don't cause a scene."
And they, like, she had to watch something, or someone had to say, like, they had to, like, have some sort of thing to get her in the zone for that, because she plays inconsolable really well,
Yeah.
like frighteningly well.
I want to see, and it would be interesting if they did do another like prequel / sequel where you see everything from Howard's perspective. Now,
Ooh.
hear me out. You start the flick with him, like them getting married.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "I'm going to war, right? I'll be back." Then it does like quick cuts of
Yeah.
him in war, seeing the fucked up shit. And then the movies, and this is like credits, then it cuts to him walking through that door. He's like, I'm happy to be home,
Yeah. Pearl.
yeah. And that's where that movie, and it be from his perspective, where it's a horror movie where he's
Because
afraid of
what's
her.
waiting on him.
Yeah,
Like he
well,
don't,
yeah.
but you know.
Dude, well, to add to what you're saying, man, like, have like a parallel shot whenever have like a moment where he's writing to her and he's, trying to be as quick but descriptive as he can. So he's not saying everything, obviously. But, he's like, we're over here. The war's, like some of the choices I have to make are really tough. And he's like putting down his like mercy killing people and shit.
Yeah.
But have it paralleled because because think about the parallels there. He's overseas around a ton of motherfuckers. Like, granted, it's war, it's brutal and fucked up, but he's around people. So it's this weird isolation where he's alone, except for his troops and everything. But he's still around. There's still that social interaction and that attention that comes from being just in society or some sort of public, Cut to Pearl, isolated at the farm, all of this, and she's reading it, and we're like, while he's, using his words and what he's saying,
Yeah.
have her parallel shot doing stuff similar, like killing just the innocent animals and shit.
Yeah, she's
like her
and then she's
frustration,
right, just
like,
tidying on the farm,
yeah, and
killing animals.
yeah, like that would be a crazy little montage. And speaking of montage, how awesome was that one near the end where they do the split in the view?
Yeah,
Where she's
right.
dismembering the
That
in-law,
was cool.
which was gnarly.
Yeah.
Like when she's sitting there splitting limbs, decapitates her, like,
Yeah.
and then on the other side, let me just light these fucking candles, guys, and just get it set on. It was like it's weird that a movie like this worked as well as it did, and that's total credit to West.
Yeah.
Because obviously with Goth's performance too, but just
somebody
it
had to have the
fascinates.
vision.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because when you bring up, because now that I'm thinking about what we've been discussing, like we're talking about stuff that's not new. It's not cutting edge. Like there are plot points that we bring up that you could pinpoint to another film. And he was able to take what made those things tropes or staples, whatever,
Yeah.
what makes them a
real,
common
Mom and
element.
Dearest. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like being able to take all those and do it in a way that doesn't necessarily have to pay homage, but at the same time make it exciting again.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the harder aspects of horror is taking an idea that has been done into the ground and making it worthwhile to sit through again. Like how many times, like other than just people that just love gore stuff, like the gore hounds out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a shtick, whatever. But in terms of like trying to make a very good film, like something that's gonna like the next character that in 10, 20 years someone's gonna bring it up and they're gonna go, yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy,
Yeah.
Like I feel like with horror, that's like a merit badge that people that creators want to get without talking about trying to get it, and it's kind of unspoken, but it, I guess with anything, it's the I don't know. I'm just really impressed that this movie is that. I'm sorry. I'm coming out from the fresh watch, like right hot off the heels. So I'm still processing this, and so I guess I'm just really impressed that a movie with little to what this movie didn't really get any not production but promotion, did it? I know X did because it had a theatrical release.
I think it got a limited theatrical, but
so.
the buzz came from everybody talking about it, about how good it was.
I mean,
with X.
dude, how much more could you ask for?
He dropped both of those movies this year.
Yeah,
both of them came out this year.
I mean,
it's a secret.
Of the year, one at the end.
It's a. I mean, it. I'd
get
say
Maxine next year.
It's a serial killer lightning in a bottle moment, man.
Yeah. He was definitely able to do something where it felt connected. It's kind of like Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
it very much has that feel to it to a certain extent where it's two different it's it's the same killer, but it's two different versions of the killer in this, where you have the old woman version and then the super young, like I'm going to go crazy and start murdering people version. Um, done each one tropey as fuck in their own way, but in not a corny, goofy, jokey kind of way.
Absolutely.
I mean, X felt like your classic slasher horror flick, and this felt like such an incredible, like character study, psychological flick of just descent into madness, and like it works. It
And
works.
I feel like I need to recant what I said about, you know, needing to watch X before watching Pearl. I don't necessarily think that's really true, honestly, the more I think about it, because if you remove that suspense, the parts that have the foreshadowing or the
then they
callbacks
have
for
no
you,
idea.
yeah, and it would
Like,
just add to more eeriness. There's more
we're just sitting
nuance
there
to
waiting
it.
for her to murder somebody. We know that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But if you watch this for the first time, you didn't know.
yeah,
Whenever it does pop off,
yeah.
when she stabbed
Oh,
that
it's
dude in the head with that thing and then kicked it,
Yeah,
like okay,
Well, what would be intense would be if you go back and watch, like if we try to only think of it, or like if you try to, or trying to put myself in in the moviegoer who hasn't seen either film, and you're gonna sit down and you're gonna go, oh, what's up with this Mia Goth films? If you watch Pearl and then you watch X, wouldn't that completely change the scene where the old woman Pearl takes the pitchfork and kills the guy through the door? Wouldn't that be like a twist moment now?
hmm
Because the minute that happens, you're like, oh shit, it's her. I mean, you know
yeah.
it's her, but like, I don't know.
She's
Well, I
back.
don't know. Nah, because at that point in the movie, you already know that that's Pearl, because they make a whole point in this movie that's like, nah, she's on the farm, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to see them follow this up at some point with the perspective from Howard. And one thing that I thought was going to happen was Howard dies in the war, right? And the projectionist was going to get
I kind of
stuck
thought
there.
that too, that he was going to be the one with her,
Yeah,
but he would have
yeah.
had to go by Howard because Howard was in the other movie. The guy was Howard and
And-
X. So that's
yeah,
why
and
I
I
was like,
thought,
wait a minute, what's happening here?
yeah,
Like,
I thought it was going to be one of those things where like maybe she calls him Howard because she's
yeah,
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'll be your Howard. I'd be your Howard if she wouldn't murder me.
Yeah.
So
I know this is weird, and I know that in the past few years we've gotten our nice few slices of revisits to this universe, but after watching both of these films now, I truly think that Ty West, if the guy's even got an interest in it, he should totally contribute something to Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
yeah,
because he nailed the this farm is fucking in the boonies.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like the shots of, the wide shot of the road whenever the scarecrow area. Like this, I mean, dude. Needless to say, these Germans live in Stardew Valley. Like
Yeah.
you got to
yeah,
fucking trek to town. Like, but anyway, um, but yeah, just like even the dinner sequence is a Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
All the dead people around the
Oh,
table.
yeah.
She's fixing it like there's nothing wrong. Like.
I was like, there's no way she's about to eat some of that pig. But it was just setting them up like nice little family dinner.
yeah,
Like whenever she came back down there and laid with her dead mom and put her arm around her, I was like, I bet she didn't get many of those.
yeah, right. She's making up for lost time.
I thought it was a nice touch that they had the mother look normal to kind of show you what she's looking at.
Yeah. What
Because
about
I mean, I
after the
don't know.
dance when she was like, next?
Oh
Help
man,
me.
when the panel is nothing but like the victims.
Well, then when
Yeah.
you one reason I started thinking Howard was dead because every time she would see him there, like he was dead. He was like
Yeah.
pale.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he might be dead.
Well, I mean, it added to that isolationist mentality that she was getting because, you know, despite all the other crazy stuff going on in the movie that's in your face and when you know when you're watching it or whatever, the thing that they can get lost, I guess, in the viewing is that like a lot of people when they had somebody who was shipped off to war like that, it would be months before they heard from them, like
Yeah.
years. And a lot of people probably did just kind of gave up. I mean, they stuck true, but like they were like, man, yeah, they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
I just read in the paper that this city just got completely fucked. Like they're gone,
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna go to full star. I think that I'm super excited for Maxine, and I'm very happy with what they did on this. Like, if Maxine's a banger, it's gonna be a great little trilogy, you know?
What's gonna set him up nice?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm full star. Probably gonna get a maybe a little black and white viewing.
Dude, fuck
right?
yeah,
Because
dude.
it's like it's bright.
Yeah.
So when you make it black and white, for some reason, those bright movies like that, they pop on black and white.
And
it just pops.
the practical effects looked great, but I bet in black and white it's gonna look even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it kind of fits that Wizard of Oz kind of. Dude, I'm telling you, I didn't think about that, but if you watch this movie and you don't know nothing about X, you just start watching this. There's a bunch of people that would probably sit through it being like, oh, this poor girl. Like, I hope she gets out. And then when it finally kicks off, it's like, oh, well, when she fucks the scarecrow, they're going to be like, whoa, what is this? Like,
yeah.
what am I watching? Because, at first it's all happy-go-lucky, living on the farm.
You know what would be an interesting edit?
You could slip this one in on somebody.
Dude, you do black and white for all the real-world sequences, and then when she's off in fucking La La Land, or when she's fucking, when the mask slips for her, it's in color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be interesting.
But, yeah, man, I give it a full star as well. I dare say, with the approval of the podcast commissioner, I would like to give this the coveted golden pearl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A pearl dipped in gold.
Golden pearl, and it's wrapped in film.
And I'm telling you guys, y'all don't want to know the type of clams I had to fight to get it.
That's all I do is fight clams, dude.
I had to go Indiana Jones on that thing.
I try, but I try to say goodbye.
Have you been watching Spider-Man lately?
Nah.
Remember when she was the big artist cameo in the first Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Thank God for Green Goblin showing up.
So I'm interested in some of these here trailers that we got lined up. We got some good ones here.
While we're pulling this up a little, on Sunday I was hanging out with the grandparents, and she pulled up that Quiet on the Northern Front, I think. Remember we watched the trailer?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, I sat there and watched it for like 40 minutes. They fell asleep. When they woke up,
Was
I
it
like,
good?
I like what I saw. Like, I'm definitely gonna finish
I've heard
it. It is foreign.
I've heard good things.
It could even be thrown on for Foreign Film February, but
Ooh.
it is a 2.5 hour foreign movie with no English whatsoever. But it looks amazing.
Sold.
Like,
war films, like foreign war films, like they have that. Maybe it's the dumb American in me, but it feels more like those films feel more honest
Well, I
than
like seeing it
ours.
from that point of view because we always see,
Yeah.
Saving Private. I mean, and
Yeah,
this
well,
is
like from yeah.
1917. That's when it takes place. So it's like you're seeing the other side. The Germans are fighting the French.
Well, it's like a
Mhm.
big contrast that I notice when you watch when you watch the American perspective of the war. It's like we stood up and fucking
It's
marched to
almost like it's
war, and
propaganda.
it
Yeah.
was awful, but we got it done. And you watch any of the foreign films have a bleakness where it's just
Yeah.
everything's fucked.
Yeah.
Like
It's pretty
it, like
fucked in
oh,
that one.
well, I mean, and
They
that
get
was the
into it quick
reality.
too. Like,
Over there, it was the end of the world as they knew it. So I don't know. It's just it's a more engaging story. Those more bleaker ones.
Right.
But yeah, Lady Gaga. I mean,
pow,
Poker
pow, pow,
Face. I
pow, pow,
mean,
face.
movie. I
Fucking
mean,
Joseph
Rah.
Gordon-Levitt, dude.
And the jacket's in this too.
The
The body,
jacket.
the jacket. Yeah.
the
Adrian
jacket,
Brody.
dude. When the jacket meets the looper, bro.
All right,
I'm
you
ready
ready?
though. Oh yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, Peacock original.
Oh, you know it's gonna be good when that starts playing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
That looks like a show I'm probably gonna
Oh yeah.
watch with the wife.
These streaming services
Like,
are killing it.
I've been impressed with Peacock. I
Yeah.
mean,
Peacock.
uh, it's not that bad. Sorry if my mic's picking up my kid in the other room. She's in there having a voice chat thing herself. So I apologize. Too late in the game at this point,
I
but
don't think I've
still.
heard anything.
Okay.
Discord's like,
Hell yeah, hell
There you
yeah.
go.
This episode of Real Estate Podcast is brought to you by Discord. It's free.
Yeah. You can pay, but why would you?
Worry about Nitro on your own
Send
time.
bigger files. I have Dropbox and Google Drive
Thank you.
and
You know.
Mediafire. And
But no, but for real though, anytime you're watching a movie or a trailer and House of the Rising Sun starts playing, pretty good.
you gotta be brave to pull that one too, because it's like, all right, it better be good.
It's like this shot better be fucking cool, or the story you're about to like try to pitch to us better be awesome.
Yeah, right.
The Eternal Daughter.
This kind of came out of
A24,
nowhere.
baby.
Yeah.
So we got 3,000 years of longing in it.
That's the Eternal Daughter.
Is she bald?
Y'all ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play.
Tilda Swinton can't do it, but Bilda Swinton can.
Tilda Swinton.
Bald Tilda.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, crazy
She's
Tilda
playing
Swinton.
her and playing her mom. Okay. This is shot on an old camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that aspect
Yeah.
ratio.
Well, and like this, the way it looks
Oh, that's why.
looks like a
Scorsese.
film, maybe. Different. We got Scorsese doing a BBC film.
Yeah, he's an executive producer. He footed the bill. piloted the
"You'll
ship a
use these
little.
cameras." That's what that was his.
Look, Tilda, you're gonna have to shake that Marvel shit off of you. I need a real actress here.
That's crazy though that she can play the young and the old. Like she kind of looks young and old at the same time.
Yeah.
Weird. I wonder if this is where they shot men.
I think
Kind of
so.
looks like that place. Like,
Yeah.
she's not real.
That seems.
Or what if there's some weird ritual going on?
There's a twist. There's a twist.
Yeah, I think there's some time meddling. She's her own grandpa.
So Zach follows me on Twitter. Zach Ward, right?
The bully.
Yeah, Scott Farkas. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but and he tweeted this out the other day, and I was like, pod locked on it. You know,
Yeah.
he's
Is this the reboot?
I think it's just they like picked it up. I think the guy on the thumbnail, that's dude. I think.
Yeah.
You shoot your eye out.
Ralphie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
I
give
don't
her
know
a
that
whirl.
for sure, but I think he's the dad now. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, it's him. Yeah. A classic, man.
Yeah.
I think it's really her.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, already liking it. Oh, God. That's really him, too. That's really Ralphie. Same actor. I love it, dude. Got that fucking. It's like a Christmas story mixed with a fucking Christmas Vacation, man.
Yeah.
But I hate to be a party pooper, but can I bring us down to earth for a second?
Snap back to reality.
This is probably going to be enjoyable, but I think we also all know that it feels like it's just another. It's not gonna be able to stand on its own two legs.
I could see that.
I mean, I know it's a sequel. I mean, I know all obviousness set aside. I mean, like in terms of like trying to be what people would. I mean, because A Christmas Story, for all it was, is a one and done classic, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's a nice revisit to it, but no one's going to probably flock to this one.
What's coming on HBO?
They do the other. Yeah, well, like they do the other. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a product of the times because movies aren't celebrated like like the classics were.
That movie gets a 24-hour runtime on what is
Yeah.
it? Family every year.
Yeah,
At
yeah, yeah,
Christmas,
yeah. I
they will
mean,
play that movie for 24
for
fucking
sure.
hours.
Oh,
This
for
ain't gonna
sure.
get that kind of treatment. Like, you'll have to go seek this one
No.
out. But you know, the upcoming Christmas people, I feel like a lot of people will watch it this
Yeah.
year, but maybe
Yeah.
not. You know, once that's like, all right, we've seen that. Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like
they're
this is
sure not gonna be
finally
revisiting it like the other one.
this is gonna make people watch it, and then they're like, it's based on this, and they pull it up, and they're like, oh, that movie. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be one of those, I think.
But yeah, it'll be nice to revisit the characters. I mean, it would be like if they did another Christmas Vacation and it follows
Randy
Russ.
Quaid can't be in it.
Well, yeah, he's canceled,
Yeah, he
right?
can't.
So, but God of War Ragnarok, what is this?
I don't know what I think this has got something to do with the game,
Yeah,
but it's got LeBron James, Ben Stiller, John Travolta. I'm like, what? I got to see it. Like,
yeah,
You know,
That's-
I would be totally down if this was a little segment we do in our trailer portion where not necessarily just video games, but like when a game's marketing reaches a level where they have actual actors and actresses doing shit for it.
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's a worthy drop for the trailers.
Hell yeah, dog.
And I mean,
This-
that thumbnail.
Yeah,
It's
that
been
says
so
it
dressed
all.
up like Kratos.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Tropic Thunder. A little breakthrough. Ben Stiller still got it, man.
I love how dry this is.
Yeah. Clever. That's a campaign right there. That's a.
Yeah.
I think they call it a little
Alright.
breakthrough.
Leviathan axe.
I think that was their real kids. I know that was
Yeah.
LeBron's son, Ronnie.
Yeah. Is that Travolta's daughter?
I mean, got
Because
a few.
anyway,
Smoking.
DB Cooper.
Still don't know who he was. Well, it was Loki, right?
Yes, it was like. But shit, yeah, dude, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. About time they made a movie. I know they've done stuff, but you know, a good movie.
Yeah, but something legit.
Yeah. Well, the closest thing they had was they tried to act like the dude from Catch Me If You Can was him.
Yeah.
Hey. So it's like the doc movie style.
Yeah.
He only asked for like $200K,
Yeah.
which quite a bit of money
In the
then, I guess.
70s,
But
yeah.
still, if you're going to go through that risk.
Wow. That looks interesting, though. Pale blue eyes. What?
That's a fucking
Eh,
Velvet
It's just
Underground
called.
song.
No, this is just called the Christian Bell because I feel like that's what this is about to be for 50 seconds.
We were standing here. All right, let's vote. Let's vote right now. British accent, American accent.
I
Oh,
think I'm going to go British off those suits in the
that
background.
it's just gonna spiral, man, because it's like, all right, what context are we? Is it gonna be really, really subtle and in his face, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is he gonna be like, we are all dead? You know, like.
I'm going
Anyway,
British with a lisp.
I'm gonna go American because Thor, British and American,
Yeah.
because he flirted the line, and then Amsterdam, British, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's time for an American voice.
He's like, let me pull it out of my bag of voices.
Yeah. Where is she?
His name
All
is
right.
Christy. All right.
he wouldn't trust an ordinary citizen, man.
3, 2, 1, play. I don't know that. I don't know.
Cool. Loving the camera
That
stuff.
guy's speaking English. Are we doing a Southern accent? That ain't him, is it? Okay.
Like the
got-
cast.
Robert Duvall.
It's got Robert Duvall.
You
Yeah.
saw that too?
I saw. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know
He's
he's still
91 years
alive.
old.
It's either going to be very intriguing or a total snore fest.
And he doesn't speak
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
So are we getting this thumbnail suggests it's Jesse Eisenberger.
Yeah, he's thick, ain't he? He's
Oh,
finally growing into his face. I'm
it's COVID
ready.
weight.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Drama series. He's good at complaining.
Yeah.
This looks like it was directed by Woody Allen. I probably won't be. Based off a novel. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is gonna have really good acting, but I just not really interested in the story.
Yeah.
No. I have my own problems. You know what I mean? I have my own drama to
I
deal
don't need no
with.
drama series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all know this is going to be a
Tank.
series?
Santa Claus?
Yeah. It's
Well,
episodes.
we saw the article where it's gonna be a show, and I remember us all being like, if it's not Tim Allen, we're fucking not dealing with it.
They brought him back.
Look, yeah. Are we gonna do this on the pod?
I'm down.
Man,
I
watch it.
mean, might as well, right? It's gonna be
I
coming to
mean,
Disney Plus, so
man, I mean, I said fuck Halloween, so at least we get round 2 with Christmas.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Fucking Kumar. It's pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, the magic meter's going down. I haven't seen her since Lost. Uh-oh. Bring Santa back. Who's the
Who'd
guy?
he hire?
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn?
Bernard.
They saved me with Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that song did not slay.
No, dude, not at all.
Who's
Oh
the
my
bad guy?
God.
Who's the bad Santa?
That's what I want to know. It's it's going to be somebody like, what?
Yeah.
It would be good if it's like the new Santa's ruining fucking Christmas, and he turns around and he's like, well, the funny thing about Christmas is fucking,
Well, how on the nose is that though? Because when they announced it, I'm sure there was people being like, if it's not Tim Allen, it's gonna ruin it. So the movie's about Santa Claus trying, the Tim Allen trying to move on, and the new guy just sucking at the job.
Because there's only one Santa Claus, dude, and that's Scott Calvin.
Yeah.
True words. I mean, that first one's such a good. I mean, it's right up there with Home Alone, man. At Christmas time, you bust out the Christmas movies, dude. I don't know about y'all, but Home Alone's one that I like to watch. Fucking the Santa Claus, the Grinch,
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, dude, it's a good time. I mean, this ain't our first rodeo.
10,000.
I'm glad you.
Irreverent?
All right. Yeah, irreverent. I thought the show was called Peacock on the service Peacock. I was like, we just praised this a little too much, a little too soon.
They're like, it's about peacocks. 3, 2, 1, play.
I bet no one holds back in this.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is he pretending to be a priest?
That was fucking
Are we getting a little breaking Bible here?
breaking.
Complete cock up.
Because you didn't knock.
So at its heart, this is piece of shit who turns into a reverend who learns his way. Let me guess. The episodes are going to be named after, like, Psalms.
Yeah.
So it's My Name is Earl, but with...
Shalom. Is that a children's Bible?
Spoiler alert, you didn't even get to Revelation.
What the fuck is this?
Robert
De Niro and Malkovich?
Robert De Niro, you know?
Are you? I feel like you're squinting your eyes right now, aren't you? He's like, and then you hear him go. He's trying to say that he's Italian.
That's Italian. No.
It's like, thank you, John. No problem. Robert, it's been real. It's been fun, but I've got to go. Okay, I have other
Maybe
appointments
next time it'll
here.
be real fun.
Let's see while they're running through a cornfield.
3, 2, 1, play. Whoa.
How many kills did he get for that gun? That thing was gold. The fentanyl problem.
I suppose. A little accent, huh? Never fails, dude.
You shouldn't have given her fentanyl.
You have to plug those up for those to work.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, he's going around killing.
Batman.
Sure. Damn. Oh. Yeah. This man's on a mission.
Yeah.
It's
From
like the John
God.
Wick of My Girlfriend OD'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, this is President Duterte or whatever. It's his origin story.
Yeah. There's a twist. John Malkovich is the head of the crime thing.
Yeah.
Just keep showing him a lot. Like, see? Something.
They open the door and they step out of his mind.
That trailer was kind of cheesy.
It was.
I mean,
It was
not what I
lackluster
expected to
for
see
sure.
for Robert De Niro and
We're about to have a lot more fun with
Malkovich.
this one.
Oh, I can't
P-
forget.
PS1?
I thought it was something to do with the
PSI?
console, but I was like,
Yeah.
Man, I was hoping we get that classic PS1 startup screen.
For 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
It's just it's the extended version where there's more flute.
Oh. Mm.
Anyway.
I'm shreddy.
all right, 3, 2, 1, play.
I like it.
Oh, another bit of Hindi legend.
Motherfuckers like these damn meteors and shit, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel like you could just edit all of these movies together.
I
Yeah.
was actually gonna say, I
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
they filmed all the principal photography at the same time and was like, we'll just flesh out the visual effects over the next 20 years or 20 weeks, however you want to look at it.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have ships that could do that. What do you say? They all look great though. Like, look at this lighting. This
Yeah.
I mean,
gotta have a song.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
There's the little finger. He's like,
No, that's the fucking spider, dude.
the fat dude.
Yeah.
Send
I'm
out
waiting for the
my
slow-mo.
sparrows. He quits the water. Red dragon, red dragon. They should stop saying that. I think this is Hindi Game of Thrones.
You
know what I mean?
Then that music starts.
Yeah. I mean, just look at it. It's like
So many people are taking arrows to the chest, dude.
none to the knee.
Right? They're still adventuring, man.
Oh, they got an elephant. Yeah. That horse is going to be able to catch up pretty quick.
A musical?
Always. You know how when you watch movies here, they won't have enough fighting in it?
Yeah.
They're like the exact opposite.
Oh, I
too
mean,
much.
dude, every single one of these, I totally didn't get what that. I know that altar shot was supposed to, I guess, be the hype factor, but since we're not from there, we don't get it. But yeah, like, man, we can laugh at this aspect of cinema all we want, but those motherfuckers know how to make a damn battle
Yeah.
sequence, or at least make it look like they do in a trailer. Because that was, I mean, every all of them, for better or worse, the fight scenes look like they're enjoyable, regardless of what side of the spectrum you're having on it.
Yeah. I'd peep it though. It looks fascinating.
Like like over there in Bollywood, it's like how many times can they it's like everything's gonna be a trailer for Bannerlord.
I'm for it.
American Murderer.
All right. 3, 2,
Right.
1, play.
It's got Ryan Felipe in it.
That's the only reason I pulled it. It's like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
You already know, then why would I answer your questions? The kid from that TV show, was it? I think it was in Holes. This dude looks like Jim Carrey and Dane Cook had a baby.
Bitch.
That's a sound clip. That needs to be a subscriber notification, man.
Yo, Ace Ventura called.
Yeah.
He said, "Keep the dough."
Nobody
the-
messes with the do.
So is this a documentary about Machine Gun Kelly's first car?
God, I hope so.
Me too.
I enjoy watching these Machine Gun Kelly trailers.
Yeah. Better
Like,
Now-
it ain't working.
Now
know what I mean?
I'm
None of
waiting
it's-
for now I'm waiting for Steven Spielberg to come out and be like, dude, here's how a person's supposed to act, and just
Yeah.
completely blows them out of the movies.
And then
It's
they
like
let him play Indiana Jones, you know?
Everywhere this guy
Did
shows
it for
up,
Cleveland.
there's a seasoned veteran of said medium that just shuts him up.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Taurus.
Got Ruby Rose in it.
Mm.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. tortured musician. You might shine on this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, they couldn't get the rights to Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
So,
Tortured artist.
so
No matter what you say about him, he's still banging Megan Fox.
yeah.
There's actually a clip going around of him in costume. That's from Halloween. Snorting cocaine off of her breast.
Mm.
Sounds like a fun. This is Halloween. Halloween.
Yeah.
What it gonna be?
We got a couple options, right?
A couple.
I mean, I know what my smart money's going to be on.
What is it?
Berserker. No, Barbarian. God damn it.
Berserker. I'm like,
Well,
started
we've
panicking.
like, you're starting
Berserker.
Do you want to
Hold on.
suck my berserker?
We've got Barbarian, Bullet Train, Don't Worry, Darling, the greatest beer run ever. I mean, Weird Al's coming up.
Yeah. I mean, we're for sure gonna watch all of these, but whatever y'all wanna.
I mean, I kind of want to watch Barbarian and then transition over into some of this other stuff.
The lighthearted.
Yeah, because it's a scary movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get real scared. I feel it.
Let's do it. It's on HBO Max as we speak.
It's got Justin Longdong in it,
Yep.
so I'm down. I like Justin Long.
You down, Trav?
Maybe
Yeah.
it won't get turned into a walrus in this one. You know?
Yeah. It helps me out because I watched it, so that helps me.
Pre-star.
I don't want to say nothing.
You need to smoke on it.
Nothing.
Okay.
I just don't
Is
want
it
y'all
my?
just go in. Y'all saw the trailer. You go in like that.
Is it gory?
There's stuff.
There's stuff.
Yeah.
Is it audience with God level stuff?
No, hell no. Ain't nothing that
Okay.
level.
All right.
Next
Yeah, I'm down
week,
with that.
Barbarian. Checks in the mail.
Barbarian.